Every time I go out there, I want to compete. If we have to talk some trash, I'm down to talk some trash. It actually helps me play better. And there's really no good trash talkers on the beach. I gotta admit. And so whoever's on the other side of the net, I love when you talk to me a little bit. It actually helps, so bring it on.
Somewhere the old timers are getting very upset that there are no good trash talkers on the beach. That used to be half the game, for crying out loud. Welcome back to our men's match as we hit the sand, the final preparations done. Our refereeing crew getting everything raked for Mayhem versus Nitro. The Miami Mayhem kind of playing for their playoff lives moments ago, have gotten themselves in. They're looking pretty good. 2-3 record puts them in 6th, and an emphatic win last night over Austin.
Yeah, they look fantastic. They were starting to click on all cylinders. We talk about the serving prowess of James Shaw, the man on the right side of your screen there, and that's going to need to be big again for them this evening against this tough New York Nitro team.
Yeah, his partner will come out first. Kame Schulk, now 39 years old, 6'5", out of Red Deer, Alberta. Played for Trinity Western University, kind of a storied indoor program up there in Canada. And he's been at this for a very long time, already an Olympian, a man who wants to be an Olympian, James Shaw. Perhaps the most potential in the league at just 31 years old, played at an elite level as a setter as well as an opposite. And you saw it a moment ago, 7 kills, 7 attempts, 2 aces, 4 blocks. If he picks up 4 blocks tonight, he's had an exceptional performance against these men.
Yeah, absolutely. Blocks not easy to come by against the Taylors.
5-2 record, 3rd in the standings. And they went over Smith and Weber last night, 2-0. And hopefully they have prepared themselves well to play on the second night. Taylor Crabb there on the left-hand side, 33 years old now, originally out of Honolulu, Hawaii, part of a golden age of volleyball players in America out of Hawaii. The Bug, youngest of them all.
On
and
the
his
beach
partner,
side,
yeah, Taylor Sander, 4-time All-American during his time at BYU, couple-time Olympian on the indoor side, picked up a medal in Rio. And he has been absolutely lighting the sand on fire with his spikes.
He's got the quickest and maybe most powerful arm in the entire AVP league. And you're going to see it on display, not only from the service line, but at the net as well. They talk about how they like to put on a show for the crowd, and get ready for them to do just that here.
Taylor Sander has dominated the net in both the offensive and defensive categories. He's leading the AVP with 23 total blocks, had 3 last night in just 2 quick sets. Now, can he continue that dominance, or can James Shaw, for the 2nd straight match, assert himself in several phases of the game? Shaw will go back to serve and get us started. He can rip it, but he can't go through the steel cable that holds up the net.
Steel cable's tough to navigate.
A little playful interaction. You know, Taylor Crabb is not for like trash talk, but he will definitely get a little back and forth going. That's fun.
He keeps a pretty even keel, but if you engage at all, he's not afraid to get it going, and that is the start New York was looking for.
Well, 2 of the top servers in the league are going to be after it. Normally it's power. That time it's placement from Sander.
Just kind of a smooth stroke right up the line. You see it there on the replay. Just guiding that one.
That is his 12th ace. He trails only Hagen Smith in total aces this season. Just long with the 2nd.
And narrowly missing the end line with that attempt.
So there is Kame Schulk. Grew up with a volleyball court in the backyard, 4 brothers, plenty of people around to play. Tough service got him started, but as he is wont to do, Taylor Sander hits his way out.
Yeah, and credit the set from Taylor Crabb as well. A little bit of confusion on the service reception. Crabby just kind of backpedals and rolls up a beauty.
Short serve, too short.
Now that's more the approach that Crabb is going to take.
Watch for these guys in transition. I really liked last night their patience. They didn't do anything complicated. Came Schulk has been digging a lot of balls, and James Shaw just set him and let him feast. He's hitting over 500 on the year, but he has yet to get a hold of one here.
All right, interesting. You know, we're having a lot of discussions about trash talk, and Taylor Crabb sort of uncharacteristically chatty here early. Not sure what ignited that.
A second ace serve. Another placement ace.
Now, those are about 60–70% of what that arm is capable of. So just kind of going the intelligent route, perhaps.
Well, everybody's ready for the power, right? Everybody's been expecting that, kind of dug in, perhaps.
Yeah, and I mean, make no mistake, those aren't slow. They're just less than what he's capable of from a pace standpoint.
Another crisp contact. And a smart little play at the net. Oh, just wide. That was a really creative play off the net by Taylor Sander.
Yeah, from both of the Taylors. It was quite a good set from his hind end. Taylor Crabb, and just barely missing on the cut shot.
A service-based match so far. 5 of the 8 points right to there had come from aces or errors.
Yeah, a little bit of a wild start, and that is Taylor Crabb in a nutshell right here as you see it on the replay. Just kind of hangs, takes a look, and then guides it into the cross court.
Against Droston Harrison, it was 15-7, 15-12 for the Mayhem yesterday. It was 15-7, 15-12 over Smith and Weber for the New York Nitro.
An equal amount of work done by both of these teams on night one.
Yeah, so they arrive fresh and ready. See if Shaw can get it going. He can go through streaks where it's just not happening. That one thrown back. It is happening now. And yeah, there's some chatter again.
Yeah, when you backpedal facing the opposite side of the net all the way to your end line, that is indicative of you looking for a little back and forth. Really nice timing there from James Shaw. With Sander that far off the net, he knows a shot's coming, so he just kind of delays his jump.
And he misses that one.
I'm not in love with that choice, Kev.
Yeah, keep hitting it perhaps. 11 aces on 21 errors coming in, but those errors have been in clumps.
Yeah, I feel like you have to find a rhythm before you start throwing in all your variety of serves. You know, it's kind of what Sander's been doing. He's had a couple errors, but he's going with that 70% swing, just finding a rhythm, looking to ramp it up from there.
Still looking for somebody to get a scoop here and an opportunity to score on their own service. Been a lot of first ball side out and a lot of errors from the service line. You know, kind of a slow start here. 8-6. Crabb and Sander with the advantage on the side switch. Gives us a chance to bring in Cameron Irwin, who is courtside with us.
Well, you had Tony Rodriguez up in the booth, and you heard about her and Kame's trip to Canada. But what you didn't hear about is the fact that James Shaw and Molly Shaw also took a little adventure in the last few weeks to Lake Tahoe. For both Kame and James, they felt like it was important to find a mid-season reset. They're looking to get back to their preseason mentality. He said it was all about being more process-oriented and focusing on building their relationship. In regards to tonight's focus against the Taylors, he said we cannot let the big plays rattle us. They also talked about applying the pressure and, more importantly, maintaining it, something they did last night and felt like it was one of the strong points of their game. Kevin, they're going to need to apply some pressure now as they trail here in the first.
Indeed. Thanks, Cam. Rich, I don't feel like anyone has really gotten any consistent action going on their side or applied any pressure thus far.
No, not really consistently. There's been the good serving from Sander, but he's followed that up with a couple errors, so it kind of washes out a little bit.
Well, nobody's dug anything. Really, there haven't been any transition plays and runs of points to speak of outside of those aforementioned aces.
Yeah, which represent the difference on the scoreboard, those two aces.
So here we go, 8-6 out of the side change. Of course, indoors for this event. We'll be outdoors in Chicago. We'll be indoors again next week in Dallas. Had NASCAR earlier. I don't know if you know this, Watkins Glen is a road course. So much like AVP, you have to win indoors and out. Tomorrow on the CW, watch an all-new episode of Family Law with dysfunctional family drama, legal loopholes, romantic affairs, and personal betrayals. Catch an all-new episode of Family Law tomorrow, 8, 7 Central, right here on the CW. Thanks for spending your Saturday night with the CW and the AVP League. Kevin Barnett, gold medalist Rich Lamborn, and Cameron Irwin in our final match. And it's a men's match. There's the way to get something going defensively. Do it at the net.
Yeah, started with a great serve. And Taylor Crabb passed it beautifully. But when he has to go to the sand, you know, maybe that's just enough to throw off his rhythm, maybe neutralize some of his vision. And then Shaw making that great deep squat, nice jump into the angle.
Shaw's second block of this first set. He's already halfway to his total from last evening. Can he get it going from the line? That's got some power on it. Oh, beautiful dish to Kame Shulk. Kame Shulk comes in hitting .510. That's a terrific number. Just 10 hitting errors on the year.
Yeah, he's a model of consistency. And right now, it's the serve of James Shaw that's warming up a little bit for the Mayhem.
Yeah, Mayhem, good news for them. A little 6-2 run. They're kind of seizing some momentum. Bad news, they're only +1. Make it +2.
Nice look at the pace that Shaw's generating with that jump serve.
I love the sound too. The impact of the hand, nice and crisp. That's what you want. That was not crisp.
It was lettuce that was in your fridge a little too long.
That's twice now we've seen him switch it up off of a good serve.
Well, you and I could get into this discussion about his toss and whether we're fans of it or not.
No. Fan of James broadly, not fan of that particular strategy of his service toss.
By which we mean he has kind of a lower toss, right? So the margin for error is so small, right? When it's rolling, it's fantastic because it gets on your opponent quickly. But you know, if you don't toss it exactly right, it leads to some of those things like we saw where he just kind of dumps it in the net.
Shulk with another dig. Can't slice that one off. And he does.
It's a little bit of a mistake there from Crabb in the backcourt. He's all over that shot, just kind of farms the contact a little bit. He expects more from himself there. I mean, that's, yeah, just kind of got the left arm a little strong.
Yeah, with that platform, you're looking for contact even between the two arms to control it. Shulk is the control side of service, and his partner has control of the net at the moment, his third stuff block.
Yeah, and that was the shot that was working all night long last night against Logan Webber for Taylor Crabb, just slipping it underneath the block. So James, watch that right hand. It just kind of presses over into New York Nitro airspace very well. That's, yeah.
Tied again, but that wipe ends up into the net. Taylor Crabb in the cables, and Shulk and Shaw in a position to take this first set. Now 14-9 set point.
Yeah, keep in mind, moments ago it was 8-6 in favor of the Nitro, so quite a run here.
8-1 at the moment. Plenty of chances for Miami to close. This will be their second.
A little bit of a mistake there. You can afford it with this kind of a lead, but after scoring all those points on Crabb, going to Sander feels like not what you want to do if you're the Mayhem.
Back line ace. Taylor Crabb.
Something we don't see all the time from Crabb, that jump serve, but he's very adept at that skill, and he can heat it up as he shows us there.
3 aces in this set from New York, but they are still trailing. That ball was also in and tough to the line. Shaw, ooh, tougher. Oh my. Put the punctuation on it, 15-11.
After that quality serve from Taylor Crabb to do that in response, very impressive.
Absolutely thumped it, and that's the finish of a 9-3 victory run in set 1.
Those are some of the angles you can generate when you're 6'8" and athletic.
Yeah, a good night now kind of swing. And looking at the offensive numbers, Schalk and Shaw hitting .857 as a pair, and Shaw is now 10 of 10. Going back to last night, 7 of 7, 3 of 3 here.
That's pretty good numbers from where I sit, Kev.
They might get tricky for sure. Like, they haven't passed
Next Saturday, hold on tight as the PBR Camping World Team Series premieres on the CW. The top bull riders in the world square off in a high-stakes team format where every ride counts. Tune in from Sunrise, Florida, next Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 Pacific, here on the CW. Nitro looking for answers here after a tough stretch in that first set. On the other side for the Mayhem, that'll go just about as well as you want. If you hit that kind of percentage, you get an ace and 3 blocks out of James Shaw, dominating at the net. James Shaw loves a bunch of cities across America, but he said everybody loves Austin.
It's awesome. I mean, it's a hot place to play, but luckily we're inside. Austin's one of my favorite cities in the country, and I love coming here every time I do. Food's amazing, people are amazing. Just a great energy and atmosphere around here, especially in the summertime. So yeah, it's a perfect volleyball setting. We're expecting a big crowd tonight, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
What about the music, man? You mentioned the music. Go down to SoCo, maybe hang out, do a little shopping.
The comedy as well.
Yeah.
The mothership, Joe Rogan's mothership down there. And
yeah, so much happening in this great American city, and so much about to happen in this second set. Will it be Miami taking it to the Nitro? Miami's trying to get even on the season. Of course, they are in the latter part of the season, just middle for them. They will be in action again in Dallas for New York. They are finishing out their last regular season effort.
yeah, things look good midway through that first set for the Nitro, and then the wheels came off, or Miami took them off.
Yeah, sometimes you put the blocks underneath, you just take the wheels, and the set becomes yours. A lot of Olympians in action. Taylor Sander, 2-time Olympian on the indoor side of things. Taylor Crabb on the beach side. Of course, the teams represented America in Paris last year, played in league play last season as well as this. Chase Budinger and Miles Evans, the defending champions of the AVP League. And Phil Dalhausser, the legend, in his final season, gold way back in 2008, with 4 trips to the Olympics in total. What a pleasure to see Phil still doing Phil things. Oh,
no, they just put my shirt size up there, 2X. That was weird.
Yeah, a couple Olympians in the booth as well as we recap set number 1. There is that big number. In New York, I don't recall New York hitting 0 in a set ever this year.
Yeah, that was mainly the prowess of James Shaw. Not that they made a ton of errors. It was just that Miami was imposing their will.
Yeah, kind of been waiting for Shaw to do that. I feel like he has the tools to dominate in a Phil-type way.
Well, yeah, you like to refer to him as kind of the next up-and-coming big man, and I would agree with you. And it's because, wow, what a dig from Crabb.
Yeah, Crabb digging in. That ball thrown to the outside. A little too much of a sticky contact.
Yeah, James has all the tools. It's just a matter of finding the consistency at putting all those tools in action. And this is one of the things they like to do, kind of that fake option. Am I going to hit it? Am I not? And sometimes you outthink yourself.
Option too close. Kane manages to hit his way out of it. Or sorry, James hits his way out of it.
Well, that was a tremendous play from Kame Schalk. How that ball bounced out of the net so quickly and he got a hittable setup is really quite impressive. See some quick arm work from Shaw there underneath the net.
Good point. The way that rolled out of the bottom too, it could have been a stalled contact or a lift pretty easily. Now we were talking about serving earlier, and it's the only closed chain skill in the game. And what that means is it's the only action that you initiate and you complete on your own. You're giving yourself a toss and then you're going up and hitting the ball. Every other situation, somebody has to handle the ball before you, and you only get one contact. Sander trying to get in on the blocking action. He'll face Shaw again, and he goes for that same sharp angle.
Yeah, Sander tried to give him the bait and switch into the angle. James, let's say, not fooled. Good first contact there, just rattles the hands. Have a look, he kind of pumps into the angle and then goes line. And James was ready to thump that the entire way.
Schalk skips it through the tape. Tight ball. And Crab, no matter where that set seems to be, Crab has a ton of options.
Well, he just does a great job of positioning himself so the ball's in front of him, right? That keeps your periphery in play, gives you some vision, and then, of course, we know about his ability to kind of carve the ball around. New York doesn't mind if that happens a few times.
Yeah, and there have been a few moments where James starts to use that on two, and it's just not going as well as he would like. When your partner hits 500 on the season, just give it to your partner, as he does there, and it's 5-3.
Well, that is kind of the constant struggle, and you know, especially if you're a coach like Mike Playchek, you want to incorporate things that are going to ultimately help you down the road, and that option play is certainly one of those things for the Miami Mayhem, and so you have to deal with some sort of growing pains, as it were.
Yeah, that's a great call. Get him game reps of hitting out of a variety of situations as he closes the chain there on his service once again.
Yeah, and when you have those kind of weapons to offset some mistakes you might make in other aspects of the game, that helps.
Okay, now watch the follow here. He picks up the ace, his second. Good shot to the line. Where does he go this second time? Is it in? Down the middle. Got enough of it. And enough of it the second time to crawl through. Oh my, a completely off-balance garbage play turns to gold.
Helps to be 6'8". You can be on your feet and still attack the ball at kind of net height. Get it to dribble over for you.
5-5. Miami has erased that early lead for New York. Crab, perfect pass. Hitting it out of bounds. So the Nitro again all of a sudden looking off balance and giving up points. They gave up that huge run to finish the first set. That was 9-3. And this is a 4-0.
Yeah, it's a couple now. You know, Crab, as you mentioned, passing that perfectly, but I think just sometimes the tension of having to deal with that serve throws off your rhythm just enough that you kind of can have some mistakes creep in here and there.
James rolls it. Good idea. Missed the execution. Now Sander will step back where he has been effective with placement, not so much power, but he definitely has the power possibility.
Yeah, and that was early on in the first set. It's been a while since he's been impactful from the service line in this one. Well, there you go. He felt the same.
Yeah, he did not like that comment at all. Fills the corner and shuts Rich Lamborn down.
That's right. How dare I speak that way of another Cougar?
The BYU bros having a beef for a moment. Third ace. Nitro right back on top. Back to the corner. No, other side down the middle. Shaw way off the net, dug up. Sander crushing as usual.
Now that is a fantastic play. Hard to overstate the difficulty of digging a ball overhand as it goes through the top of the tape. You're kind of expecting it at a certain pace, and when it hits the tape and gets redirected. So hard to stay on top of. Yeah, little flex down there. I'm not sure what's generated the, as Taylor Swift calls it, bad blood between these two teams, but
there's some smiles from what was a kind of a pensive box there for a bit on the New York Nitro side. James Shaw and his partner Cam Schulk, but that's not the only partnership he's involved in volleyball. Check in with Cam.
Well, we know all about Molly Shaw and James Shaw, but what about James's legendary father? Don Shaw, of course, was the coach at Stanford University, won 4 national titles there, along with being a 2-time National Coach of the Year. It's safe to say that the bloodlines are very, very strong. I wouldn't be shocked to say that he wasn't calling timeouts from the stroller. But again, Molly and James, they were married back in 2023. They love to spend time both on the court together as well as off the court, really utilizing one another to find spaces away from the sport of volleyball, even so much so that it's been fantastic to see what James has been able to build, even for Molly, creating a pottery studio off in their garage, or whether they're spending time up in the Pacific Northwest. It is truly a fully focused family on not just volleyball, but a creative mindset. Guys?
Thanks, Cam. Yeah, volleyball often is a lifetime and family endeavor. Find multiple family members that play the game, participate in the game, generations that play, and a lot of backyard courts out there that have been mauled over the years.
Yeah, it's not surprising when you grow up in gyms and around volleyball that it takes hold.
Yeah, Taylor Crabb, of course, on the baby court out there in Hawaii at the Outrigger Canoe Club, legendary surface. James Shaw jump set well off the net, and his partner deals with it anyway. Boy, Cam has really been a powerful precision player this entire season.
Well, yeah, and he's a great sort of anchor for an up-and-coming player to have on his side of the net, right? It allows James a little bit of freedom to kind of spread his wings and improve some of his skills, because he's got that good, steady influence right next to him.
James coming up late. His partner can't quite handle it. Sign out for the Nitro there. New York Nitro, they've been holding their opponents to 310. That is the lowest opponent hitting percentage in the entire league, men and women. Tonight, 588 for Miami. They're working on 11 kills, 1 error. So outperforming expectations on the Mayhem. That stops there.
Yeah, that's where the bait and switch works.
I thought we were going to get a haka.
That's what it looked like we were about to get into. I don't know if there's enough time between service points to get into the full haka, but Taylor, of course.
There's time now.
Yeah, with the Maori heritage on his mother's side, Kira the Kiwi, if you want to check her out on Instagram. Yeah, dropping into that line big at the last minute. Great handwork, as you see on our net cam there.
Cam, what do you got?
Well, you just mentioned Kira's name, and it had me thinking about the origin story of this friendship and beach volleyball partnership for Taylor and Taylor. It actually was put together by their mothers, Kira and Paula. And it started back at about a 14 beach tournament at an AAU championship. Then they went on to play on the national youth teams together alongside. They ended up becoming roommates, and lo and behold, Paula looked at Kira and said, I think these two guys should play together. And here they are as one of the favorites in the AVP League.
Yeah, I love those origin stories that go back to previous generations enjoying the game and being a part of this very special sport that began in Holyoke, Massachusetts with William G. Morgan. And then the birth of beach volleyball credited to Hawaii. I'm sure there's some arguments out there. As that one just find the very back line off a not so clean contact.
I thought Gene Selznick invented it. He appears to have invented everything else, including the jump serve and the sky ball. I think.
I thought that was Bob Vogel saying that invented the jump serve, actually.
He invented branding, I think, is really what he invented. Taking credit for everything.
Yeah, a long discussion this week about the origins of that sky ball that Cameron detailed earlier. There'll be plenty of argument to go around, as that is a definite foot fault.
Yeah, we had kind of a lengthy discussion with our head official, John King, about what constitutes a foot fault, particularly when it comes to jump serving, because there are guys that kind of go with their feet underneath and then retract it. Yeah, I mean, we'd have to have a different angle. Yeah, he's kind of pushing the line forward, so that's no bueno.
Ace serve up the middle.
I mean, the whip of that arm is so impressive. No matter how many times you see it, it never ceases to amaze. That was just perfection personified right there up the middle.
4th ace for Sander, 5th for New York. Yeah, not getting the payoff yet. As the other side, Kame Schulk will step back. He's not big on the aces, but that's not his job. He has 1 ace, 7 errors on the season. So he's the keep it in guy, let his partner have free reign.
Yeah, it's good to have that balance when you have such a weapon of a serve on your team. You want to try and balance it with more of a steady guy.
Schulk looked like he was going to get a free shot and just chunked it. Taylor Sanders having a little bit of fun here.
Yeah, I mean, by our standards, there's an immense amount of chatter between the net.
Yeah.
Between these two teams right now.
Won't be surprised to see it get a little chippy here. Now that's one way to speak.
Little Teddy Roosevelt out there.
Well, we'll see at 10-13. Can Schulk and Schulk go on a run? That's the one he missed earlier that went out long. So to your point, keep working on it. Crab at the line. Block straight down. You saw that one coming, Rich. You were already in the glass case of emotion.
Yeah, again, I mean, it's a perfect pass on a tough serve from James Shaw, but you just have to wonder if that is enough to neutralize a little bit of the vision of Taylor Crabb, because that's a couple times that James Shaw has done that to him. You don't see that happen a ton to Taylor Crabb. The bigger the block, the more he likes it, typically.
4th monster block for James. He can't reach that one, nor can his partner. Point Nitro.
I like that James made that serve. I don't like that it goes to the other Taylor after you get the stuff on Krabby.
Excellent point. Nitro. Side out. Put themselves to a set point here. Float. Shoot, set, put away. Second opportunity for New York to send us to a 3rd and decisive set. Now they're back to Crabb. Schulk with the scoop and the deliver.
I don't love that choice. Once Krabby's in the middle, James Shaw's so big up there. Kame is just patiently waiting for anything soft coming around his big blocker, and he got it.
3rd opportunity to close. 4-1 run's going to have to be 5-1. Rich already upset, but it worked out.
It did work. I don't understand that decision. They get the benefit of the hitting error. And now a little bit of pressure on the Nitro here as their lead has evaporated.
Schulk, you know he's going to keep it in. Gone short. Sander finally gets the side out, so they get their 4th chance to win this 2nd set.
Yeah, that's a really good serve short, trying to neutralize some of the athleticism of Sander, but he's also got that great touch.
Crab. His partners got it. Let's play 3.
That won't calm down any between the net dialogue, Kevin.
It will not. A match that has been full of aces and blocks, along with some chatter, heads off of a 16-14 New York second set victory into a third and final set from Austin.
And Sander pleased to point where that ball landed.
Yeah, how about that? So in this match, we have 7 aces, 5 of them going New York's way, and 6 blocks, 4 for James Shaw, but an impactful second effort there defensively at the net by Sander to close set number 2. There's a look at Paula Crab, mom to Taylor and Trevor, both excelling in league play this year.
Yeah,
Mom, no divided loyalties tonight.
no divided loyalties. Yeah, they live and die with their boys' matches, though. I think there's too much tension for Chris and Paula to sit together and watch the matches, though.
Well, we're going to get a chance to watch this third set. Will it continue to be a serving affair? 18 of the 56 points have come from serving, so that's a combination of aces as well as errors. I haven't looked at the error number in a bit, and it is 10 now total. Next Saturday, the AVP League storms into Dallas, and you can catch every serve, set, and smash on the CW. The best of beach volleyball are battling it out for glory under the Texas sun. Don't miss a moment. The AVP League from Dallas next Saturday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on the CW.
We have to play a little bit different. Me and Taylor are a little bit more flashy. We want to make the incredible plays. I think that's why a lot of the fans like to watch us play, is because we're trying to have fun and put on a show for people and trying to bring something a little bit more unique. But I think that's the fun of the game, is everybody can play it in a different way and make it their own.
Rich, I think for years people have known that Taylor Crab is totally unique in the beach game, but people didn't really know what Taylor Sander was going to bring.
Well, yeah, when people make that transition from the indoor game to the outdoor game, you really don't know. And, I mean, James is a good example of that as well. But they grew up playing together a little bit, as Cameron mentioned. The moms kind of put that together. And, growing up in Southern California, Taylor Sander had plenty of beach time under his belt. And he does have a very unique style.
Touch call on that second one, despite the acting of the New York Nitro. Sander's good at a lot of things. Thespian is probably not going to be applied to him anytime soon.
I was going to point out the other side of that. Kame Schalk is great at a lot of things, but as a Canadian native, I don't think trash talking is really in the blood there. Too nice of people.
Sander worked his way around that one. Shaw will get the setup for his partner, nobody up. And another miss. He's 0 for 2 with an open net.
And Crab is encouraging him to challenge. I mean, I don't know what's going on down here, but I'm here for it. It's fantastic, the chatter we've got going on in this one.
We need these two guys mic'd up is what we need.
Yeah.
Sander, as he looks at the line. Down a little inside out. And he got him. He got him. And now James Shaw wants a little from the crowd. And Taylor Crab did not like that set.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's complaining about there. That was a clean set.
Remember, they made that little run at the end of the second set with Schalk at the line. Oh, you could feel that coming, couldn't you?
Oh man, but it's fun to watch. You have a huge block. James Shaw's gotten some Very impressive stuff blocks, but nobody gets up higher and hits harder than that man on your screen right there. Just have a look at him beating the upper regions of this block.
Yeah, James is coming up a little bit late there. Not finished at the top of his block when that ball is being hit.
Yeah, I mean, that's more of kind of beach timing for the block.
Well, you have a guy who's taking indoor swings as that one misses. 4-2. Yeah, I'm here for it as well, Rich. I like the attitude of this match right now.
Absolutely. Every point has a little added something to it.
Oh, crowd! Get ready to book a choke. And got it in return.
That's the go-to celebration for the Nitro right now, is stand and point to where the ball lands on the other side of the net. Be an early timeout for the Mayhem after this run from the Nitro. Oh, the double point.
I thought he was going to draw it back there for a second. Maybe fire
like,
off an arrow into the sand.
Who's that? Adesanya that does that? Or no, it's the Pereira in the UFC. That's kind of his go-to, I think.
So the New York Nitro fan base at this point containing Corinne Quiggle and MJ Rice. Excited about this 5-2 open. If you're Shulk and Shaw, how can you respond, and how much should you participate in this trash talk right now if that's not your wheelhouse?
Yeah, I think you got to knock it off with the trash talk, because all it is doing is distracting you from your game. I think they did a great job of it in set number 1. They were down 8-6 there, went on that run, just kind of focused on the task at hand, which is catching up and getting out in front of the Nitro. Yeah, I think the less they can engage, the better. You remember a setter from Italy that we both played against named Valerio Vermilio.
Yeah, don't like him at all.
And yeah, it was part of our game plan to not engage with that guy, because that's exactly what he was trying to get you to do. And I think that plays in the Nitro's favor if they can get the Mayhem talking.
All right, well, we'll see if they continue here. Timeout worked. 5-2 actually usually feels worse than it is, especially you get that side out there and you go back to within 2.
Yeah, it's hardly a concerning deficit, but you don't want to let it go at that 3-point gap for too long, because these are shortened sets, of course.
Shoot set. Oh, got it. Definite speed variation.
Yeah, and very well done, because that's the exact play that James Shaw's gotten a couple of those big stuffs on, where he's bombed the serve. Even though Krabs passed it perfectly, he's been able to set up well on him. That time Krab speeds up the tempo and is able to beat that big block.
Just wide on that one. So Miami won the first set 15-11, had that 9-3 run to finish. They had 0 hitting errors in the set. They were ripping offensively. Shaw was 3 for 3. Second set, Miami loses 16-14. They have 4 hitting errors. Already here in the third, they have 3. Will they shoot themselves in the foot here, or will it be the Nitro detonating and winning?
Yeah, if you're Miami, you certainly can't start hanging your head. Krab is in a pretty good rhythm right now, and it can be frustrating when he starts toying with you with some of those little baby line shots.
That put over doesn't work. Here comes Shulk.
Oh.
Thrown back down and then rung up.
Yeah. Luckily, this isn't out of hand just yet. The referees might have to get involved soon.
No.
If there's too much through the net.
No, the referees should just let it go. Just let it ride here. It's fun when there's a little bit at stake and a little bit of edge to everybody.
Well, I agree with you.
Yeah, there's a ton at stake here for both teams. Playoff seedings hang in the balance for Chicago. Mayhem have one more week of play. Nitro, this is it. Definitely clean there, and a nice swing by Kame Shulk. 8-5. Krab and Sanders still with a good lead.
Yeah, see, that's one of those plays where I think that's just part of what they're trying to implement more consistently, because there's no advantage in my mind to jump setting there. It's not a position where you're fooling the block that you're going to come over on two with it. But if that's just kind of the rhythm you guys are trying to consistently get into, you got to keep implementing it so that it becomes more second nature.
Could it be, of all the players, though, that James Shaw, for him, that's a rhythm thing for him, and it's not going to affect his setting? I feel like other players are forcing that as a fake, where Shaw will just do that, and Crab will do those kind of things all the time.
I love the immediacy with which he knew that was a kill. The second it jumps off of his arm, he sees that it's going to the back half of the court, and nobody's there, and nobody loves it more than MJ Rice and Corinne Quiggle. Have a look. Just immediately goes to the patented New York Nitro point to where it lands celebration.
They're going to have a shirt with just somebody in silhouette pulling the points. 8-3 run. Crab's got that one. Along with the conversion. He's winning the crowd.
We need to hand him the mic so he can ask, are you not entertained? I mean, he is putting on a display. This is textbook right here. If you're moving to your left, use your left arm, young players. And then the put away is a beauty.
(11-5), control of the third. Shelton slices off, but they're going to need a lot more than that.
It's a good side out. I really like what the New York Nitro and Taylor Sander in particular are doing there. He's just going to the float serve, keeping the pressure on Miami to earn their side outs. He's not throwing in, you know, they don't need aces. They don't need those free points. They're playing great defense. So make Miami earn it.
Little fake shoot. James all over it. He did not bite on the hook there.
Not even a little bit. I don't think he took a step to the right.
Picks up his 5th block. He will stay at the net, and the in service will continue. Nearly a foot fault. I saw some movement there, and some people did in stadium as well. Doesn't matter, 12-7.
I'm not sure if that's the Taylors that are shouting boom on these contacts or if it's someone in the crowd doing it on their behalf. But it is audible.
Well, they have won the crowd. There is no doubt about that.
As with that little piece we saw from Taylor Sander talking about, that's kind of one of their goals and why people like them so much, because of these highlight type plays that they come up with so frequently.
Yeah, and the way that they play, if you go back and look at that, there's a shot of Taylor Crabb hitting a ball overhand, a single dig over, a single contact over. He is looking across the court to the spot as he shoots it.
Yeah.
As he did here with that deliberate scoring attempt. Shakes off that jump serve. And crossbody rips it, waves it goodbye.
Yeah, I always remember a statistic I heard as we see Paula Crabb there enjoying what's going on here. Coach Tyler Hildebrand, who worked with Taylor when he was at Long Beach, told me over the course of 4 or 5 matches, he had 300+ attempts and 4 errors.
This is wild.
So his ability to kind of adjust and play quality volleyball is astounding, especially at 6'1".
Supernatural. Watching him play indoors and dominate the way he did was a really fine experience. I'd heard about him for a long time, finally got him in a match, and he delivered on all of what I had heard. That was the year of the Taylors. There's a dig for Miami, and a throwback again. Yeah, this one is about to take the L out of Lover.
I like it. I had to work on that one for a second, Kev, but I'm with you.
6th block by Sander and a match point.
Yeah, and the good news for Sander, too, is all those blocks are going deep into the court, so Cam can't cover them.
They want the sky ball. Will we start and end our broadcast with a sky ball? No.
Instead, it's as hard as Taylor can possibly hit a jump serve, and it's nowhere close.
That was a scud ball, slightly different. Second match ball opportunity for New York.
James is going to need to come up with the streak of his life.
Well, that was a pretty good start, perhaps, but not enough. Shake, shimmy, block and serve their way to the win. New York in 3 sets.
What a match that was. Another look at the final point. I mean, it's a bomb of a serve from Shaw. Taylor does a great job just to get his arms on it. It ends up in perfect position for the high-flying Sander. Doesn't contact it perfectly, but gets on top of it just enough to find that sideline and commence dancing.
And you see the frustration right there. Not only the loss, but to have that dancing on top of your match grave is not what you want to see.
Your match grave. There's a lot of highlights to be had in this one.
Yeah,
So,
James Shaw had a nice performance.
yeah, he really did. A few errors crept in late, but he was good from the service line. He was excellent at the net. He was good offensively. That was one of his better hits, maybe all season.
The Taylors started to heat up, and they also started to kind of get in that groove. Their trash-talking entertainment style that they've brought to league play really paid off once again.
Yeah, they both like to play with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. So if you give them a reason, they appreciate it.
The victory goes to New York, as does the winner's interview. They're with Cam.
The first thing that we acknowledge is that that was an awfully chippy matchup. I have to ask, is the chippiness a strength, a weapon, or both?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I live for that. Yeah, it was fun, you know. We were a little bit lackadaisical. I don't know if that's the right word, but in that first set. And so I had to get some fire going. Yeah, it was a great match. It was super fun. I think the fans really enjoyed that one.
So what was the adjustment from set 1 into set 2?
I mean, that's actually what I told them after we went to the bench there. I was like, hey, we got to get a little more energy on our side and celebrate our good plays and use that as momentum to, you know, kind of turn it around. It was pretty sloppy in that first set.
Well, let's talk about some more adjustments, because set 1 and set 2, sorry to bring it up, but it was 0% for an efficiency for you. Set number 3, over 700. So what are you telling yourself to be able to get back into it offensively?
I mean, yeah, we talked about our offense too and moving the set around, making James move. Obviously, he's a big block, so when he gets set and he's able to get square over the net, it's pretty tough to deal with. So yeah, just moving around the net and changing up the offense.
He is a big block. The question is, the bigger the block, the better, though?
I guess. I don't know. Not really. I'm a little guy. I'm out here barely touching the top of the tape. So, you know, just get creative as a little guy. But yeah, I wish I was 6, whatever he is, 6'8".
Apparently it's working for you regardless. We saw a lot of dance moves in this one, a lot of celebrations, the double finger points and guns. I mean, what is the move? Is it the shimmy? What are you going for all the time?
I'm just trying to have fun. It's our last league event before the finals, and so enjoying playing volleyball and with one of my best friends, and you know, giving the fans something a little bit different. I've got a great friend squad here that, you know, were hyping us up all week, and so just doing it for them, having fun and staying loose.
As you guys look ahead to Chicago, who do you feel like is the most threatening in terms of the title?
Nobody. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Come on.
We believe we can beat anyone out here on the AVP. Just we got to come prepared and ready to go.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, congratulations on the quick turnaround and a big win to close out the regular season for the New York Nitro.
Sander, 9 kills, 3 blocks, 4 aces in the match overall. Crab, as Cameron mentioned, on fire in that third set. 7 kills on 9 attempts as they close strong with a 15-10 win, as well as a bunch of dance moves and excitement for the crowd. We'll be back to Austin in just a moment.